actually want to talk about just you being on top of your game and being one of the top, if not the top player in the WNBA during this 28th season. So I was sitting there thinking about different things that make players, what makes players stand out? Like what makes those marquee players, those memorable players stand out? And everyone has talent, that's why you're in the league. But there's certain things that differentiate you from other people. And one thing that I came up with 3 different things. And the first thing is your work ethic. So talk about your work ethic from when you were younger to now. What is one of the things that remains consistent in your work ethic or your regimen that you feel differentiates you from other players?
Well, I try to focus on the details that really make a difference, the small things, and then making sure that I focus on those details as competitively as possible. That's really the key, Some of the small things it's hard to do and to maintain over time, but I feel fortunate to be around great coaches and teammates that's something that we focus on, and whatever it is, no matter how small, I want to do it to the best of my ability.
Another thing I came up with was buzz and visibility. So since you were in UConn, you have pretty much been one of the top people that people talk about. They're excited to see you. No matter what city you play in or even around the world, you draw the crowd. So is that something that you set out before you came in the league when you were younger? Like, not only am I going to be a great player, but I'm going to be the best and I'm going to be, on top of my game, be popular and like...
I thought about it 0.
Okay.
So that's just... I think the nature of professional sports, you would hope to get popularity and attention when you're successful and when you do perform well. So that's just a part of just the nature of what I do, what we do, and when someone does it well, attention comes with it. It's really never something that I've said I want to set out and win a popularity contest. It's something that I look to as a part of the job. It's a privilege, though, at the same time, to be a role model, to be someone who's visible. So I do take that aspect of my job very very seriously, but also fun, and make sure it's inspiring, hopefully.
And another thing, the last thing I came up with was the defining moment. So, for instance, Lisa Leslie with her dunk, Teresa Witherspoon with that game buzzer, game-winning shot in the playoffs, and you with your defining moment last season. So, I watched a couple of interviews, see how you felt leading up to the moment. After it happened, after you got home, you unwinded. Did it hit you like right away? Like this really just happened. Like this is the moment of one of the best moments of our career.
Not really, because the series wasn't over. Great shot, but if we don't take care of business in the next 2 games, we don't reach our final goal that year of being a champion. So I was really trying to stay in the moment. Now, a few months later that the season is over, and just hearing and watching and seeing more about just how great that whole series was, especially in Game 3 there, it's hit me more of how special of a moment that is, and I'm just grateful. It went in. I'm grateful my teammates like Excelle stepped up big in Game 5 so that it can be talked about as a part of a championship run and not a almost championship run.
Awesome. And with being the 20th season, talk about ways that you are planning to continue to carry the torch and continue the great legacy that the women that came before you have set.
Well, first, it's playing great basketball. That's where it starts, and really the main focus of what we do. We have excellence in the court. That's one way we honor the people that come before us, and that people will continue to want to watch us play is how hard we play, how together we play, how well we just carry ourselves on and off the court. So when given the opportunity to tell people about the league, just put exposure around the greatness that's going on here. That's another way I like to help.
So my last question is, with the 20th anniversary of the league, and you happen to be a member of Jordan, I'm just saying, is there anything in the works, anything brewing for possibly a special shoe to commemorate the season, and just to kind of follow up to the shoe that you dropped last year, which is one of my favorite shoes that I wear all the time?
Yeah. There's some special things that are happening, have happened and are happening with the shoe game this summer. So stay stay ready. Keep watching. We are definitely in a place where momentum is building.
So I like to hear that.
Yeah.
Awesome.